balmy shores of sunny Florida to the cold winds of Chicago and everywhere in between. You're watching the Red Wemette Show, live, coast to coast. Talk of the town, Mr. Red Wemette.
Hello, folks. Today is November 19th, 2025, and I am Red Wemette. And this character over here is Adam Flowers. Thank you, Adam, for joining us. And also, thank you. Now you're on the other side.
Very, very welcome. Yes, you're very. Oh, you're over here. Oh,
Do you know, Adam really doubles. He's a magician, and he's a tour guide, but he really doubles as a comedian. He's a good comedian.
A comedian. A comedian. Come on.
His comics go right over my head sometimes.
No, that doesn't happen.
Rhonda, how you doing, sweetheart? Bill Price, how you doing? Rico, Kansas City, let's get it on. Okay.
Right on. All right, you got some stories about the chop shops.
Yeah, there's one interesting one that came real close to me in life, and that was Eugenia Pappas when she was murdered. That was in 1962, and she was Frank Schweiss's girlfriend. She was 18 years old. I believe he was 32 at the time, and according to the coroner's report, she was found in the Chicago River, and according to the coroner's report, she was shot in the center of the chest while sitting in a vehicle. So someone that we all know and love, Richard Kane, was a detective or chief of detectives for the Cook County Police. And he pulled in Schweiss and did a fine investigation and found there was no reason to keep him. I mean, it was his girlfriend. There was some difficulties with her and everything else. But they did ask for his 1955 Chevy. They said, where is it? And it was at the wrecking yard. It got crushed. Was there something wrong with it? But it was at the wrecking yard. It got crushed. So the evidence was destroyed. And a lot of times that happened. When we were talking on the Adam show just a few minutes ago, Adam talked about people that got crushed. There were a lot of bodies, not a lot. There was several bodies where instead of taking them to a place and burying them, or instead of taking them to the Metropolitan Sanitary District and disposing of the body that way, they'd bring it in by the auto wreckers, and it would be in the trunk of a car. And when the car would get squished into a cube, they couldn't tell whether it was blood or what do you call that stuff? Transmission fluid, oil. With all the fluids that came out, they couldn't tell. So the person was gone. And where did that go? That went to be remelt down in steel, went to the steel mills. So it's a good way of disposing of people that you murdered, if you like to murder people. Even if you didn't like to do it, if you did it, it's a good way to get rid of them. But
murdering's a good way to get rid of somebody?
No, the car crush is a good way to get rid of the body.
I was gonna say, damn man, is there another way to get rid of somebody?
Yeah, you just ask them to leave. Get out of here. There we go. It was a different time for me. It was a different era. But yeah, I was kind of close to the chop shops. Because of my first introduction was Jimmy Couture. and that was back in the '60s. And he was really, really heavy into it. I believe he kind of invented it. That's what I believe, because Goff, you're right. It gives a whole new meaning to the word trunk music. The guy you know where that came from? Guys pounding on the back saying, "Let me out of here, let me out of here." That was called trunk music.
I thought it was the body letting off the gases, the pops, and the
different noise. You were born in the '90s. In the '90s, they didn't throw people in the trunk of a car and take them for a ride. In the '70s, they did.
Yeah, I never went for a ride in the trunk.
If you wanted to transport somebody, you did not put them in the back seat where they could fight with you. You threw them in the trunk.
I rode the back of our station wagon when I was a kid. I don't know if that counts.
No. Back then, they didn't check out if there was anything in the car. You're right, Bill. They didn't.
Yeah.
Now the first thing they do is ask you to open up the trunk.
Yeah.
Open
up your trunk.
This means. I don't know if you know what this means, but Rico Suave says, "Give them the Kansas City Shuffle." Hey, Red, or Red, hey, he. Do you know what the Kansas City Shuffle is? It was a movie.
No.
It was a good movie, very good movie. Yes, Scott H. They used to laugh about me because I had big trunks in the Eldorado. I believe it was a 1976 Eldorado. That trunk was huge. I mean, absolutely huge. That was the first two-body trunk I had. Then I got a Lincoln after that, and that was a three-body trunk. You could fit three people in there to have a cup of coffee. It was kind of big.
That's pretty damn big.
It was big. You could actually sit down there, crush it. It came down, you know, it was a step down about maybe 18 inches. So you could actually sit three people across in there. But it was different. Anyhow, what's that got to do with stealing cars? I don't know. Sometimes people wanted bigger cars. Right now, my car is not on a theft market. It's not one that's a very desirable car. I like it, but it's not very desirable. So anyway, the Polish guys. Yeah. Well, what do we have on the south side of Chicago? More than anything. We had some Italian. We had some Irish. We had all different kinds of people. As a matter of fact, Jimmy Coutura and other people, not just him. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. I just mentioned him. He was murdered. But a lot of the talent at that time was imported from Kentucky. And these guys were moonshiners, and they didn't care about nothing. I mean, they really didn't care about anything. They went out and stole cars. They didn't care if it was the chief of police's car. They'd steal it. I mean, they just didn't care about anything. So you had people like Billy Dauber, who was probably really noticed more than anybody. Borsalino was from Kentucky. A lot of people were from Kentucky, and because that was right on the Illinois border. But some were from Indiana, and some raced at different racetracks. I remember the one major one that I recall was at this is at Santa Fe Speedway. And
Lazard Enterprises.
Yep. He was a winner, but he was a car thief. Definitely a car thief. And I was very impressed by a lot of the people that actually took their money and put it into race cars and raced. That's what they did. There were a lot of here's another one for you folks. This is you can see the Chevrolet emblem on the one. This is all at Santa Fe Speedway. But Santa Fe Speedway wasn't the only one. There were others. There were many others. And I got a kick out of them. Now, another place was
South Bend.
Yeah, South Bend, Indiana. It was kind of neat. And all these guys were into a lot of Indiana. I mean, there were a lot of people that stole cars and they crossed state lines. It's just the way it was back then. But that's the way it was. So out of all these people, what ethnicity was number one on the south side of Chicago?
Polish.
Yes. And believe it or not, even Polish people don't understand this when they come from there. The largest Polish community in the world, not the United States, the whole world, was in Cook County. It was in Chicago. Chicago had the largest population of Polish people in the world. We had more people than Warsaw. I guess after World War II, they just came over by the hundreds and thousands, or maybe before. I don't know. But
that's why they had Pierogi Fest out there.
Oh yeah.
I think they had that Whiting, Indiana, close to the south side of Chicago. Whiting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hammond, Whiting, all that was right along the way.
East Chicago.
East Chicago, Indiana. Yeah. It was that Cal City. A lot of Polish in Cal City. As a matter of fact, I was refreshing Adam's memory last night, and I said, "Do you remember a movie by the name, or television show with the guy by the name of Banachek?" And a lot of people, he was scripted into the show, George Papart, and a lot of people would ask him, "What kind of name is that?" And he'd say, "Polish." That's when a lot of Polish jokes were going around, but there weren't any Polish jokes going around when it came to the chop shop. These guys were definitely good. I mean, they were very, very good.
Scott H. said there's a lot of Polish people in eastern Pennsylvania. Did they have a pierogi fest out there too, Scott H?
No.
Lots of pierogies, man. Pierogies everywhere.
We had the largest one. Spirit of Justice, Monica Lewinsky.
What about
her? Polish.
Oh, I guess she was, sure.
Now, here we go. Misty, your grandparents owned a Polish tavern on the south side. Yeah, well, what's your full name? I mean, I'm not going to put your full name out there, Misty. But Misty is Polish. And also a good plumber. There's a lot of Polish people that were plumbers. But there are a lot of Polish people that were into the chop shops. They actually stole. Good to see you, Misty. Haven't seen you in a long time. God bless you, dear. At any rate, this is interesting here. Taste of Polania in Jefferson Park. Jefferson Park had a lodge for the north side. Jefferson Park, they had a lot of polkas and they had a lot of Polish people there. Jefferson Park was known as the North. As a matter of fact, that's where Roman Paczynski was, our alderman. He was up in that area.
Paczynski. There's another ski.
There were a lot of skis.
Yeah, lots of skis. Spirit of Justice put up a comment. Have you seen Tom Hanley, the Tom Hanley news? Yes, I did. Red didn't, but I did. For those of you that don't know, Tom and Granby was his son. Tom was the father. Hanley, they were a father-son hitman duo here in Vegas. They bombed a couple of restaurants. I brought up Piero's being bombed on Mob Vlog earlier. Just last Thursday morning was bombed, and that made me think about the Alpine place and the other place that they bombed or tried to bomb. Anyway, they killed the I don't know if they were, I think they were found guilty of it. They killed Al Bramlett, who was the culinary union official out here in Vegas. His hand was found coming up out of the desert. Anyway, a woman's body was found out in the desert recently, and the DNA tied Tom Hanley to this woman from Canada, Canadian woman. Look it up. Canadian woman Tom Hanley. You could read about it. So sorry, I
Was
just saw that comment. I wanted to bring it. Anything to do with what we're talking about.
Was that the Hanleys that were related to Junior? Calabrese Jr.?
I don't believe so.
They had something to do with the Ed Hanley? He had something
No,
to do
there was another Tom Hanley. There was two of them out here. One of them was part of the sheet metal workers. I thought it was sheet metal workers union or something. It was a union official, but different guy. Tom and Granby were a father-son hitman. Hanley.
Okay, Misty, you're trying to get me in trouble here.
What's red, white, and bones? Some jagoff who told too many Polak jokes.
You do have a sense of humor. I like sense of humor.
Best greasy spoon diner in Kansas City is Polish family. Heard they painted houses in the Sevilla Spiro mob wars in the 70s and 80s. Few hairs in food, but always mighty tasty. Damn, Rico Suave. Hairs in the food. Come on.
You know why they had hair in their food? Do you know why? They used to take the hamburger patties like this, and they'd make them up, put them underneath the arm, and go squish, and throw it on the grill.
Guy sitting at the lunch counter, and he sat down and he ordered a hot dog, and the waitress said, "Okay, not a problem." She puts the ticket in, and she goes over to the freezer and she takes a hamburger patty out and sticks it under her arm. And a guy sitting next to her said, "What are you doing with that hamburger patty?" She said, "I'm thawing it out." Guy sitting next to her said, "Cancel my hot dog."
Smooth operator. He's in Jefferson Park. You know them. You know about the polkas and everything else. I had a friend that lived over on Moody Avenue in Jefferson Park. And Moody was kind of it was a short street, but it was kind of there was an undertaker where it made a bend and went out into Milwaukee Avenue. But it was kind of an area where there was a lot of Polish people. There was Irish and Polish in that neighborhood, a few German, not many. But that's where I learned about the polkas. There was a lawyer that I knew out there. He absolutely hated anything that had a Polish joke to it. If it was a movie, I was talking to him about the movie one time. It was The End, was the name of the movie with Burt Reynolds. And he said, "How could you watch that? It's pathetic." There were a lot of Polish jokes in there. Dom DeLuise played a Polish guy in there. And he used to talk about his father sitting in his shorts and picking his nose and watching Celebrity Bowl. And then he'd say, he was so Polish. There was just a lot of Polish jokes in there, but a lot of people just didn't like that. It was bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Wow. St. Aldebert's Cemetery in Niles on Milwaukee Avenue, the largest burial location of the Chicago Archdiocese, mostly Polish.
Yes.
Papa Hallis of the Bears is buried there. White Eagle across the street for luncheons. This is where everybody went to the White Eagle afterward.
Yes.
Miltzo's H. Polish jokes are pathetic. Did you hear about the Polish telephone pole?
No.
Alexander Belowski? No, I can tell Polish jokes because I'm racist.
Yeah. Now, here's a good example right there. His name is Flowers. That is really not his name.
No, it's my name. I was born Adam Flowers, but when they came over on the boat, it used to be Kwiatkowski. Half the family became Kwiatkowski, Kwait, Kwiatkowski. And I found out there's a girl on Facebook, Darlene Kwiatkowski. I used to hang out with her. She used to bartend at a bar I used to go into in Calumet City. Imagine that. And I just found out she just messaged me. She's on Ancestry.com. We're like second cousins. I was like, oh my God, thank God. Thank God I never did anything with her because I wouldn't have known back then, other than I thought maybe Kwiatkowski was related.
Yeah.
Who knows? That would have been a long story.
Just to set the air clear here, don't worry. We Poles are racist too.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
There's nothing in my body that's really a racist against Polish people. If I said something that offended somebody that was Polish, maybe they were too sensitive, because really, some of my closest friends, and I'm going to put this other comment up here too while I'm talking about some of this. My closest friends were Polish, and there's a here. This is Rico Suave. My closest buddy was Croatian. His wife was Polish, and everybody they knew was Polish and Croats. They're from the south.
Red said he's not racist against Polish people. He's just racist against all the other races.
Not really. I mean, people will label me a racist today. I mean, everybody.
Oh my God, Red! I'm kidding with you. I'm joking. Everything's so serious with this guy.
I told you I don't get half of your jokes.
Speaking of jokes, you don't get an eighth of them. You don't get a 12th of them.
Speaking of jokes,
Speaking of jokes, let's put Mo up here on the screen. There you go, Red. Hit the like for Red. Likes should match more viewers. That was a joke. See, Misty's last name's Robka.
I was gonna tell your name, Misty, but I didn't want to put it.
She's saying she's not Polish. She's saying she's English. Robka's as Polish as Smith. It's not Polish. She's okay. English. She's English. That means she doesn't know how to do the river dance. That's the Irish jig.
Oh.
That's the Irish jig right there, the river dance.
Scott H. In the old days, Red would have thrown Adam in the trunk for his jokes.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. They'd call it drunk jokes.
I have a picture of a guy here who people said nobody can joke with this man. And
talk about Joey the Clown.
Now, do you see what's going on there?
Yeah, it looks like somebody is choking Joey the Clown.
That is Michael Spilaccio.
Right?
Does Joey look like he can't take a joke?
It looks like they're joking around, like they're clowning around. I want to say clowning around because,
he's a clown. But I've heard so many times from different people.
Oh, Robka is Polish. Never mind. I'm an idiot. I'm a Polak. Dumb Polak. Come on.
I didn't want to argue.
Polak. Give it up for the dumb Polak.
Isn't it Rabaka?
No, it's Robka.
Rabka
would be Rabaka. Robka. Yeah.
When I don't want to talk too much more about you, Misty, but when I knew Misty before, he was very Polish. She was very Polish. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Honestly. Mistake on my part. I might have some. Okay.
All right, go ahead, Red. Go ahead, Red. Keep backpedaling. Go ahead.
Like Edgar Kenovich would say, nobody could spell his name. He was one of my lawyers. He was Polish, but it was Gronkiezw, and it was Kenovich. Here we go, 63rd and Crawford, Pulaski, baby, Dallas. Yeah, Crawford Auto Parts was definitely part of the Chop Shop. It was at 63rd. It was on 63rd Street, or on Pulaski, excuse me. It was around the corner. Actually, I lived in that neighborhood for a while. I lived at 3840 was 63rd place. And they called it clearing at the time.
Clearing.
Yeah, clearing Illinois.
Okay.
It's like a neighborhood, like saying Humboldt Park. Will the Spalacho guy ever appear in comments under different internet name, like in the past on his page, or is he around 50 years old? I think he's 50. If you're talking about Michael, but I don't know.
Yeah, it would have been. Wouldn't that have been Michael's son?
Yes, it was. No, yeah, on here that was his son.
Somewhere between 50 and 60, because if Michael Tony was alive today, he'd be 86. How old was Mike? Mike was a little younger than him.
He was 8 years old in 1986. So how old is he?
He'd have been how old in 86?
8.
Oh, so, yeah, he'd be a few years younger than me. He'd be in his 40s.
96.
06, 16, 20. Come on.
226.
Yeah, been a little younger than me.
So take 1 year off of 30, put 29 and put 8 with it. And what do you got? 37 years old?
Yeah.
That's just the way it was.
Hey, you know how you stop a Polish army on horseback?
You know,
turn off the carousel.
Christina Morrison, he's 47 years old.
That's what I said, a couple years younger than me.
Rico, I don't know what his story is. He's got a chip on his shoulder after his father was murdered. That's all I can tell you. And the rest of the family really doesn't want to talk to him. He used to call me all the time. And he wouldn't call me. He'd text me. He'd never talk to me on the phone. He'd tell me that he was too busy or he was at a sports bar. And I'd say, well, why are you calling me then? So then he began to harass me on YouTube, and that was too much for me. So his comments got him 86th. That's the story.
Looks like Duke's all worked up, sounds like.
Duke, knock it off. What's the China crowd?
19th and Wabash area. Wasn't that the Chinatown crew area? 19th and Wabash?
Yes, and that wasn't all Polish. That would belong to Chinatown, but that was it was mixed. That whole area was mixed when I was there, which is
right.
Like, more than half a century ago. Oh,
little while ago, little bit ago. Tim Hunt says my Polish cousins lived above the Dave's Happy Hour Tavern on Campbell Avenue down the street from me in Brighton Park.
Brighton Park was very Polish. I mean, that whole south side was Polish, but Brighton Park was a very, very Polish neighborhood. This man, John Ramsey. Hey, Adam, how's business in Las Vegas? I hear tourism is down. I heard
tourism down. The water's up because it's been raining like hell out here. More rain than we usually get. And they're supposed to have the Formula F1 race coming up. It's supposed to rain like hell on Friday. I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to be racing through puddles.
Bumper cars. That's what they'll do. Is it true, John, that you just filed for bankruptcy?
Who filed for bankruptcy?
I asked John Ramsey, who asked you about business, if he just filed for bankruptcy.
Any Polish members in the Chicago outfit?
Oh, yeah. Jake Guzik.
Mike Switek.
Mikey Switek. There was a lot of them. I mean, he was the outfit has never been like New York was. where you had to be Italian. Or
Jaime Weiss.
Jaime Weiss. That's Jewish. But there were a lot of Polish. There were Polish Jews.
Frank Schweiss.
Peanuts Pansko. Paul Pansko.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who is this?
Well,
Unmark.
You Mark Hansab.
Hi guys, how are you? I'm okay. How are you, Adam?
I'm doing all right. Where do you want to go from here?
Yeah. Anybody here from
Gianni Russo? No. What's going on with Gianni?
I have no idea.
Wow.
Didn't you have to be made to be in the outfit? No, you didn't have to be made. You could be an associate. You could say I was in the outfit because I was with a bunch of outfit people. Was I made? No. Was I Italian? No. But I had a lot of Italian friends, and I had some friends that were Italian and Irish, and it was just, I don't know. It was what it was.
Okay.
I like this one. Don Carlo. For Halloween, I dressed up as a Polish invisible man.
Nice. Nobody knew where he was.
Uh,
They had a Polish helicopter pilot out here flying for the Grand Canyon tours. He got fired. He kept getting cold and turning off the ceiling fan.
oh. Oh. Most guys were mixed mutts like me in the outfit. Yes, they were. You might say I was a mutt too, mixed. Okay. Alan B. John Wayne Gacy, also Polish. Yeah, he was.
John Wayne Gacy was. You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
And he had his picture taken with Rosalind Carter. You know, you probably don't know the whole story behind that. He was invited. The president was invited. And Gacy was going around telling everybody at the time that Jimmy Carter, the first, the president and the first lady, were going to be his guests at his house. It didn't happen that way. They stayed at the North Shore, someplace up on I forget where it was, but it was up on US 41, very wealthy community.
Huh.
Here we're going into it. Chevy 11. As far as I heard, your father had to be Italian. Yeah, they really did. Really did. There were some people that ran the outfit for short periods of time that were not Italian, like Gussie Alex. And Gussie Alex was not Italian. He was Greek as they come. His real name was Gustav Alexis, but he shortened it, Americanized version is Gus Alex. But I saw his checks. I knew a lawyer that represented him, and he showed me one of his checks, and it was written Gustav Alexis.
Why was he called Gussie?
His name was Gus, but it was like Johnny
Gussie.
Yeah.
Gotcha. He was Greek.
That's what I said. You're Polish.
I guess so.
Anyway.
E was the initial for his middle name. Nobody bothered to expand on it, though.
It was probably Edward.
Edward?
Alan B says, a Polish moment. Adam came up with a thumbnail on the idea.
What, the Polish versus the Italian? Chop Shop Wars? We still haven't talked about the Chop Shop Wars.
This guy, whatever your name is, I'm 27. You're Greek. And Gustav Alexis does not sound Greek to you?
All right, I'm going to look it up. Gus Alex, full name Gus Alex, born April 1st, 1916, was a high-ranking Greek-American member of the outfit, one of the most powerful non-Italians in the organization. He rose to be outfit's top political fixer after Jake Greasy Thumb Guzik and Murray Humphreys, handling bribes, judges, and politicians. He was never Polish. His family immigrated from the village of Alpichari in Achiria, Greece. His birth name was Greek, likely something like Konstantinos or Augustinos, angelicized to Gus, but he always went by Gus.
I saw his real name. It was Gustav, was the first name, and the last name was Alexis. Gustav Alexis. I saw it on the check that he signed.
Okay. John Ramsey, did the outfit have dealings in the Quad Cities?
Yes.
Did you go to United Township East in Moline?
Pardon?
Did you go to United Township East, Moline?
Yes, I did, John. I went to UTHS. How do you know that? Did I write about it in my book? UTHS? Yes, I went there. As a matter of fact, when the Mississippi was flooding, I went down. The school was off. I went down. We filled sandbags because it was right on the Mississippi River there. But I liked it down there. It was different. Had a lot of fun there too. Yes, I did go to UTHS and East Moline. And on the corner of 4th Street was Skateland. And I used to go to, that was 4th and I forget the highway there. But it used to take me into Moline. And I spent a lot of my time at Skateland. I was a roller skater. Thank you, John. Good to hear from you. And I love the question.
Anybody work for Sam DiStefano, who was any Polish guys?
Not that I remember.
Huh. Yeah.
Are you typing for me, Adam?
I just pasted something in, but it put it in there like twice. I don't know what the deal was. Sorry about that, guys. I was just forwarding some information about him being.
When everybody was in jail and times were changing, they needed somebody that knew what they were doing. And Gus Alex, Chevy 11, did run the outfit. He was the boss for a while. Did they ever make a Chop Shop War movie? No. As a matter of fact, there's not many outfit movies about Chicago that's even accurate. I mean, The Untouchables, it reeked of Hollywood. It wasn't even close. And even the movie Capone, everything that they've ever done about Chicago has never been really accurate. Chicago's probably more dramatic than Hollywood. It really is. Some of the things that were kind of rough. But let's get back to the different factions. There were many different factions. I just described in the last half hour. I described a lot of them, and race car drivers. But some of these people the gentleman that said that I seem to know a lot about this, I did. And the guys that I knew about it were from 38 Crawford. It was Crawford on the south side. It wasn't Pulaski. And it was 3840 West 63rd Street that I lived on. And that was a very Polish neighborhood, extremely Polish. They had a Polish bakery on Pulaski, Crawford. That's where it stopped. It wasn't Crawford or Pulaski then. It was Crawford on the other side. It was very different. Okay, what was Tony Spilacio's daytime job?
When he wasn't robbing in Vegas, what did he do? He had the pizza joint.
He had the Gold Rush Inn. And he made some major investments. He made some major investments. Also, he gambled. He liked to gamble.
That's not really a job. That's more of a addiction.
Some people do it. Some people do it for a living.
Very few successfully.
Well, I didn't say he was successful. He probably
unless you
his juice loans.
Unless you own the casino, then you're a successful gambler.
Well, I think he used to rent the poker rooms in the back in different things, and he would take a percentage of the game. Plus, he had a lot of people that were hungry, and they would actually need money. They'd borrow it, and he'd be there just passing it out. But
loan sharking.
Yeah, loan sharking. But he wasn't really robbing in Vegas. I didn't see him doing any robbing. I mean, that was Frank Coletta's job to rob people.
Right.
So I don't think Tony went on one score out there. He just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
That was beneath him. He was very important before he went out there. I mean, before he went to Vegas, he was very important. So he was Milwaukee Phil's right-hand man, Phil Alderisio.
Right.
A lot of people came out of that crew. Phil brought a lot of people up. Lombardo, Schweiss, his nephew, Patrick Ricciardi.
Right.
He brought a lot of people up in the outfit. He really did. It was just that way. You heard Jackie Cerrone's wife. Tim, you hear a lot of things. Now, if it's true, give me some documentation. I never heard it, but I'm certainly not going to say, well, I heard from Tim Perrone that Jackie Cerrone's wife had a bakery. And Rico, I would say that was his full-time job, chasing skirts. Tony did that for a living. He supported him.
So Jackie Cerrone's wife, Dolores D. Cerrone, owned and operated a popular Italian bakery in the Chicago area for many years. It was called Dolores's Italian Bakery, sometimes referred to as Dolores's Bakery or Dolores's Old World Italian Bakery. It was located in the western suburbs, first in Stone Park, Melrose Park, and then later moved to Hillside, Illinois, right off the Illinois Expressway. They were known for the cannoli, pizzas, Italian cookies, and wedding cakes.
Wow. Okay, my apologies, Tim. I just never heard of it. It's probably a very little known fact.
He used to hang out there in the back room, and she kept running it a while longer before eventually closing and selling it after he died in 96. So good place to launder some money or eat some cannoli, huh?
She was there when Louis the Mooch was there. He ran Stone Park. That was his headquarters.
Right.
And he said he heard it from, oh, you switched it on me.
Heard it from James Files.
Yes.
Speaking of different factions, 63rd and Pulaski, we knew Alderman Burke and his wife were connected. But did you know if Mike Madigan was connected?
Of course he was. That Irish son of a gun, are you kidding me? You know who gave him his boost? Daley. And not Dick Jr. Dick Sr. gave him his boost.
Mm-hmm.
I always wondered why Mayor Daley Sr. never became a congressman, never became a senator. I mean, he could have been anything he wanted to be, but he wanted to be the biggest fish in the pond. And that was to be chairman of the Democratic Party and the mayor of Chicago. And he ran Illinois, even though it was a Republican governor. That's the way it went. Everybody had to go see Daley because they had the big politicians there.
Madigan, who's 83, he's been incarcerated since October 13th of 2025. He surrendered to the low-level security federal prison camp in Morgantown, West Virginia, to serve a 7.5-year sentence. He's denied release pending appeal.
That was recently, yeah.
Yeah. Well, somebody just asked what was the latest right here on Mike Madigan. Tim Peroni wanted to know. So, yeah. Was Thompson connected?
Misty, no, he was not. Believe me, he wasn't. I can't tell you a story on the air about him. I'll get in trouble. They'll take my show off the air again. He was involved in a lot of things that he shouldn't have been involved in. And believe me, the outlet would have put up with him. Scott H. Nobody has current mayor of Chicago has 10% approval rating. Yeah. Chicago's gone. Rico. Good night, everyone. Be well. Night shift is starting soon. Good night, Rico. God bless you.
I'd like to see what the approval rating is in the New York city of New York soon. See what that approval rating is.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see where it goes, you know.
Tim Peroni, a lot of corrupt Illinois governors. I think there's more corrupt ones than there was legitimate ones. And that goes all the way back to Bill Thompson.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes back to Capone. Mayor
Sure.
Sarback, all those people. Chicago's known for corrupt. It's the finest money can buy. It's crazy.
Don't you know?
I do. When I tell people where I live now that I'm from Chicago, they turn their noses up. So I don't tell them I'm from Chicago. I just tell them I'm from Illinois. And when I tell them Illinois, they say, "You mean Illinois?" And I say, "No."
Illinois. Oh my God, Illinois. That's as bad as Nevada. It's Nevada. All right. It's Nevada. It's not Nevada. Nevada.
What do I know about Fast Eddie? Well, he was Fast Eddie, Tim. He wasn't Polish. He was Croatian. And I don't know. He's out in the 10th Ward, I believe. That's all I really know about him. He was a good politician. Fast Eddie. Good lawyer, too. Hate it when people pronounce yes. I do, too. I don't like it at all.
4 governors indicted, I do believe. About 40 aldermen. Chicago mayors, 0. Hey, speaking of mayors, did you hear about Tiffany Henyard?
Tell me.
She's opening up her own clothing line in a store in Atlanta, Georgia.
She left the state. She didn't leave the actual township. She left the whole state.
Tiffany Henyard left the state.
Well, she can make a new start. And she has the credentials to say, I did this, I did that, I did this. I made X amount of dollars. Look at my income tax returns. I want a loan.
She's a trailblazing leader, emphasizing empowerment and urban culture. It's called THA, the New Wave Clothing in College Park, Georgia, near Atlanta.
I thought she'd be in prison by now.
That's what you kept saying. You said, man, it was coming.
Hey, I gotta tell you, when I'm wrong, I am wrong. I do it big. I do it big, man. So everybody,
go big or go home, man. You're gonna be really right or really wrong. Nothing wrong with that. It's like betting big when you're in the casino, man. You lay it all out there, you either losing it all or you're going home a lot of money, right? With a whole lot of money.
Bill Price, are there many chop shops still operating? Yes, they are, but they're not run by the outfit. I mean, if I wanted to start one, I could. It's just like being taking bets. If I wanted to be a bookie, I could be a bookie now. You can do anything you want to do. There's nobody to actually come over and give you a hard time.
Tiffany Henyard's store is called Riches to Rags. That's good. Perhaps her new clothing line will be orange jumpsuits with numbers on them. There's a better in Atlanta.
That would be appropriate.
You never know. You never know.
People didn't get justice. But anyway, Adam, thank you for coming.
Right on.
I appreciate you coming, folks. And thank you so much. And hit that like button if you can.
Smash the like button.
Yeah. I'd like to go a little bit further. Leo Mendez. Okay. Saying nice. Everybody's saying nice things. They're nice people.
See you guys soon. Thanks, Christina. See you soon. See you next Wednesday.
I've got one thing to do before I leave. And that is I want to show you people something.
Uh-oh. I'm covering my eyes. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. What are you showing us?
Comments. I am going to show you a project that I did, and nobody seemed to take much of an interest in. I was doing it on in YouTube, and this is the finished product.
Oh, actually. Your ugly drum smoker.
Yes, there it is.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, it is neat, and I'm getting ready because we're having Turkey Day come up, and I'm going to smoke a turkey.
Awesome.
So that's the way it came out. If you watch the video on it, you saw me burning it out and cleaning out. It's got racks on the inside of it. It's nice. It's very nice. That's a temperature gauge in the front, and that's a valve to let the air.
Doesn't it get hot?
Yeah.
What happens to the paint?
It's engine paint for a car.
Oh, okay.
It's rated up to 2,000 degrees.
Sweet.
And that thing only gets. I keep it when I'm cooking on it. I keep it like at 225 and smoke it at 225. But you can go all the way up to 500 in it and it won't bother it. And it's really nice. It's comfortable. I like it. That's supposed to be gold in color, copper tone. And it's got a little glare from the sun when I took the picture. But I just figured gold and black. And you can see the valve in the front below the temperature gauge. And there's two other valves in the back. But at the top, there's a handle up there. And there's a black exhaust thing. So actually, it all comes from the bottom, smokes everything. It's supposed to be good. I'll let you know how it works out Thanksgiving. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you folks. I'm going to put a picture of it on Facebook and leave it up there. And Christina Moore says, looks smart.
Looks stupid.
Scott, are you out of your mind? Is it propane?
No, you dummy. You put wood in the bottom of it and you start the fire in the bottom.
No, you put coal in there and you put the wood on top.
Give me a break. I'm a Pollock, huh? It's gasoline. Come on. It's gas.
Thank you. Yeah, I did a real good. There's a whole thing in Facebook about ugly drum smokers. And some of these people, they go way out. I don't know. It's supposed to be a poor man's grill, right? And some of these people spend $2,000-$3,000 on building their own. I didn't spend that much. The barrel itself cost me $15.
You could have just pulled one out of Lake Mead over here if you wanted.
Yeah, but that would have had too much rust on it. So by the time I got through with the whole thing, I don't have $100 invested in it. But it really does smoke, and it worked. I did a ham in there, and now I'm going to do a turkey. Actually, a couple people said, "Aren't you going to have smoked turkey?" And I said, I got a ham.
Awesome.
I went out and
we'll see everybody before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
All right.
I want to thank all you folks for coming by. And like I said before, please give me a like. I need the help.
All right, Red, we'll see you next week, buddy.
God bless.
God bless.
The combination of the videotapes and Wemette's testimony resulted in the conviction of 2 men on extortion charges. One of them was Frank Schweiz, known in syndicate circles as the German, a feared mob terrorist and a suspect in a number of gangland murders.
He was described to me by other outfit individuals as the most feared hitman. And as he said to me, my reputation precedes me, son.